Hello, everyone. It's Miss B. That's me. And today I wanted to discuss Coach Dawn Staley of the South Carolina Gamecocks. And I wanted to also talk about Coach Geno Auriemma from UConn. And I wanted to talk about his poor display of sportsmanship. That man made up every excuse that he could come up with to lie on Coach Staley as to why he was upset. But when they rolled that beautiful beam footage back, we were able to see that one, you said she didn't shake your hand. She did. In the second issue, you were saying that one of the players, somebody ripped their jersey, but when they ran that back, she ripped her own jersey. So he was just trying to find every and any excuse that he could come up with as to why he wanted to throw a temper tantrum and disrespect this accomplished coach, that is Dawn Staley. His behavior was ignorant and it was rude, and it also goes to show about clear men and some of their temperaments, and especially when it comes to losing to a woman of color, a black woman, a black American woman at that. And I wanted to discuss it a little bit further.
I'm fucking half tired of the playing at the pregame. Why you doing all that, Geno? After, why don't you do it? I do. I fucking do it. Don't go talking fucking shit on my fucking name. Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. Shit, sorry. And then Geno says something, I don't know what. I fucking ain't, boy. Raven Johnson with a high vibe, like, go get him, coach. I will beat Geno's ass. Let it go. Come on. Hey, girl. I will beat Geno's ass. I will beat Geno's ass. I will beat his ass. Game goes final. Geno straight to the locker room. Are we okay? I would never do that. I would never do that shit. I would never do that shit. What Geno was upset about, post-game presser said he had to wait 3 minutes for handshake with Don. Obviously, just upset about Don putting belt to ass.
Motherfucking Geno. Yeah, motherfucking Geno. The more I think about it, what happened yesterday, the best thing happened to you, Geno, is you lost that motherfucking game. That's the best thing motherfucking happened to you, boy. I'm telling you. Coach is finna get on your motherfucking ass, Geno. I'm talking about on your motherfucking. Listen, you think Sarah ripped that motherfucking jersey yesterday? That was finna rip your motherfucking ass yesterday, Geno. That motherfucking suit right off your motherfucking. I wouldn't even let motherfucking Coach get on. Yeah, Coach Boyle, we'll put Coach Boyle. Coach Boyle whoop you. Coach Boyle will motherfucking whoop you. I seen it in her yesterday. She was motherfucking ready. Bing, 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 bing. She was gonna motherfucking bing, 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 bing. Hey, I'm telling you. And all you gonna do is call the motherfucking police, Geno. I already know, cause we already know what y'all start some shit and you call the motherfucking police. And the more I motherfucking think about it, that's what your motherfucking name stands for. Geno gonna eventually need officer. You gonna eventually need a motherfucking officer, boy. Cause you misread the motherfucking room, Geno. When I seen you coaching that motherfucking all black yesterday, that motherfucking all black. When I seen you coaching that motherfucking all black, I knew she was on motherfucking goon time. You just ain't know she was on motherfucking goon time. Coach meant motherfucking business. When she in that motherfucking all black. And in the motherfucking, when them twins, she got the motherfucking. When I seen Coach that I was singing a song. She on some other shit. She dressed in all black. She on that killing shit. And all, yeah. I knew. I was singing the song when I seen Coach in that motherfucking all black yesterday. And I'm telling you again, that's the best motherfucking thing happening to you, Geno. Cause if we had to play with this motherfucking 9 Sunday, Coach would have still been on your motherfucking ass right now. So next time, You better go to motherfucking church Sunday, Geno. Cause God was with you, boy. He was motherfucking with you. Cause I'm telling you. I'm motherfucking telling you. Coach, we're gonna tear your motherfucking ass up yesterday, Geno.
And yeah, Geno too. Come on, like Geno, all these years you and UConn have won the championship. We've been saluting you. Geno, you a legend. We've been saluting you all these years, the GOAT. But you going out sad, Geno. Take your L like a man. You and UConn, go y'all ass home, bruh. All that shit you doing, weren't you trying to make it about a handshake now that you got your whip? Come on, bro. You waited on the last year to shake a hand. Nah, it's a problem. You and Stephen A. need to be the donkey of the day, as Charlemagne say. Both of y'all, we've been saluting you all these years, Geno. You've been winning all these years, and we've been saluting you. Now you take a L to Dawn. Now you want to make it about a handshake. That shit weak. See, y'all don't see all this weak shit. Man, that shit weak. I see y'all through all this weak shit, man. You didn't want to make it about a handshake till you got your whip. Get out of here with that shit, man. You just mad you lost to a black woman that bust your and is going to the national championship and you going home. Come on, Geno. You can't fool us. You can't minimize and try to make it about a handshake when you really mad you got your whip, man. Big facts.
Lisa Leslie, the WNBA legend, came out in full support of Coach Dawn Staley. And she said, congratulations to @Dawn Staley and the @Gamecock team on an outstanding game plan executed to perfection. It's a real shame that #Geno took the low road. We have all had to lose with class. Geno of the @UConn needs to start with an apology. #Geno apologize. Soon after Lisa Leslie made her statement that Geno needs to apologize, I'm sure UConn got on the line and they reached out to Geno and said, you better fix it and fix it now. So this is the apology that Geno posted, and it goes as follows. There's no excuse for how I handled the end of the game versus South Carolina. It's unlike what I do and what our standard is here at Connecticut. I want to apologize to the staff and the team at South Carolina. It was uncalled for in how I reacted. The story should be how well South Carolina played, and I don't want my actions to detract from that. I've had a great relationship with their staff, and I sincerely want to apologize to them. Sir, are you okay? Are you okay? Geno, why are you apologizing to Dawn's staff? You need to apologize to her. You need to say her name. Say her name. You never once said her name in that apology. You apologized to her staff. You didn't disrespect her staff. You directly disrespected Dawn Staley, Coach Staley at that. And you think that this little raggedy apology is sufficient? It's not. You need to do another one, and you need to directly @Dawn Staley and apologize and say that lady's name. For the people who don't know, this right here, ladies and gentlemen, is Miss Pat Summitt. And she was the coach for Tennessee. She was a women's basketball coach. And she coached for 38 years. She retired in 2012, and she won over 8 NCAA championships. However, this said person, as accomplished as she is and was, she may be considered the GWOAT. I'm not sure if she's considered the GWOAT or one of the GWOATs. But this woman has a autobiography, and she talked about said coach in her autobiography and how he had treated her in the past. So this lady spoke up already in the past and talked about this man and his piss poor behavior. However, she was a coach during a time when there wasn't as much visibility on women's sports as it is now. So this woman said something way back when about him, and unfortunately, not too many people paid attention to it. But there are some of us that do remember she spoke up, she spoke out about this man. Now, look at his behavior with Coach Staley. I'm just saying.
Summit's 2013 memoir, she details multiple occasions where Geno was disrespectful towards her. This was obviously during a time when women's basketball isn't as big as it is now. However, a lot of people know who the legendary Pat Summitt is. She details multiple different times where she felt Geno made her uncomfortable and disrespected her, including a time they were both at the same restaurant eating at separate tables. She details him yelling her name across the restaurant multiple times to the point where it made her so uncomfortable she had to leave. Him faxing her a weird letter after an unfortunate upset against Xavier. Her asking for an explanation about that fax letter and never getting a response. She also accounts a time where he made off-putting jokes about her being a older woman, and she also makes it very clear in the memoir that while the media loved the theatrics of their feud, she took it very personally, as she felt that he was very disrespectful, crossed a lot of boundaries, and was even unethical in terms of his recruiting. So she even claimed in the book that his recruiting style was unethical, particularly when it came to recruiting Maya Moore. And essentially after the recruiting war for Maya Moore, she refused to play UConn in the regular season schedule anymore. So the only time that they could play, they met each other in the tournament. And apparently after she refused to stop playing him, to stop scheduling her team, Tennessee, against UConn, they got into a heated phone call where in the phone call he wished he could see her in the tournament so he could kick her ass. So this behavior is not new for Geno. And go ahead and fact check me by checking out Pat Summitt's memoir, and also while you're at it, go read Dawn's book, Uncommon Favor.